That's James's pizza, and that's basically where I got the recipe from, and I'll show you it in a moment. Extreme, it's a National Geographic thing. It got top of the stack against Sketch and Sister Boniface Mysteries and the Wonder Years. My salad is pretty basic. I'll talk about that in a minute. Alright, so out of this book, this is the pizza. But you can see that I didn't make it exactly the same. The tomatoes are on the side in James's, and here they have tomatoes on top, and they have the little green tops on. I don't know why. I always hate it when they do that in recipes. They try to, I don't know, make it look in a way like you wouldn't eat it. So here's the recipe there for the sweet potato pizzas. And I didn't use all the stuff that they called for. I used this. So I ended up using about, for the 2 yams, I used 2 boxes of this. And I also used I did ground up the flax and set it aside so it would be jelly-like, and then added some of that. And it was actually really easy. I did the parchment thing, rolled it on the parchment like they advised, but honestly, I didn't, like in the recipe, they put on another sheet of parchment, they put the toppings and put that in the oven at the same time, and then put them on top when the crust is done. And I didn't. I did the crust this morning, and then I just put the toppings on, put it in the oven, and melted the cheese and stuff. So that's how this is. So James will let you know if it's good. And I already know my salad's good. I tried some of it, and man, garam masala's yum. So what I did with my salad is I've been eating basically the same sort of salad, just doing different dressings. What I did this time was I mashed up the avocado in a bowl, and then I put apple cider vinegar and garam masala in. So that's my dressing today. That was so good. My salad's extra delicious because I didn't ask my angels if I should eat fish with it, because I don't want to. I can always just have a little
fish on the side.
No, Vega Sport later today. Whatever. This is good. This is a good smiley face salad. So.
Well, it's just been a smiley face kind of day, except you didn't get very good sleep last night, you're saying.
So, now, I'll bring out this recipe book and compare it to other ones later on. So I'm not really reviewing this. I'm just letting you know that's basically where I got the crust from. So this is a lot of yummy recipes in here.
So you're going to review it after you've done several recipes? Is that what
well,
you're thinking?
I probably will.
Yeah,
but because honestly, I am sure that I will try this chickpea flour savory waffles. That looks great.
It looks good, no?
Yeah. So there's quite a few things in here that I will try. But I will have to try them on James, because right now I'm keto, and I'm pretty sure nothing in this bowl, in this whole book, that I can eat right now.
Wow.
But there's a lot of things that I look forward to trying at some point. Snickers style protein bars. Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. Yeah.
Snickers style.
Yeah. And I could put Vegan One protein powder in there. It calls for protein powder. And that'd work out really well.
What's this?
It's so delicious.
Dip or something like that?
I don't, that must
I
be...
thought it was peanuts.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, Snickers style, so yeah, it's going to be peanuts, but... Anyway.
So it's like peanut butter or something.
Yeah.
Peanut dip, peanut butter dip.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
That looks so delicious. And I normally try to stay away from peanuts, but that looks so good. I think I'm going to try it. Or I might try making it with almond butter. I don't know. But I've been consuming the Vega Sport, and that has peanut flour in it. Loving it. Anyway, Extreme, this National Geographic thing. Somebody messed it up a little bit, so I didn't watch all of it, but I did watch it twice. So there's a little bit in the middle, well, towards the end, that it wouldn't play. So I don't know exactly what I missed out of this, but what I did see, oh, so wonderful. And so I was watching this while I was working out, and like I said, I loved it so much, I just, when it finished, pressed play again, because this was just such a good time. Lovely.
Now, was it the extreme activities that you found so thrilling, or was it more the scenery?
You know what? The extreme activities, I really liked watching that too. The people who were talking about it, they were...
they seemed almost...
They didn't seem extreme, you know? They seemed like it was kind of a meditation for them, right? And so I could relate, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. There's a lot of things in here that I wouldn't want to do. Oh, you got one of my hairs, eh? Sorry about that. But I certainly like watching other people do these things, and you know, well, I can't say I wouldn't like to do it, but I know that people climb the waterfalls when they're ice and stuff like that. It's just, you know, as much as it looks really cool, and it doesn't damage anything, so that's awesome. But I don't know that I would enjoy it. It's just not my kind of thing. I don't like ice. I don't like being cold. I don't like being on ice. It kind of scares me. I don't want to slip. I don't want to whatever. And so it's not the kind of thing I like. But I liked a lot of the music was music that I listened to in my youth, and in my 20s, whatever. And so I liked that too. I liked listening to the music that was going along with it, and whatever. You don't expect to hear Morchiba and
anything.
Yeah. So anyway, sketch. Now this was an Angel, what do they call it? Angel Guild or something? Production. And honestly, I was watching it and going, this is too scary for kids, and too scary to be Angel Guild. And there's like, they're having to fight off monsters and kill them, right? And that's, I don't like that so much either, but at the same time, they are just, I guess, fictional monsters that have come to life. So maybe they're not totally real. I don't know. I don't know how to go around feeling good about it. And honestly, I think that if some kid is drawing pictures of monsters that stab other people and stuff like that, that is troubling. So, I don't know. Anyway, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the movie well enough. I thought they did a good job. And they don't seem to think it's a bad thing for kids to draw monsters and stuff like that. So maybe they're right. I don't know. Sister Boniface Mysteries season 4 put both of us to sleep. And I was trying to do it while I was working out today, and working out to it was so hard, but then I didn't sleep well. I slept well while this was on. I should have just put this on and went back to sleep.
It's lucky you didn't crash out while you were exercising.
Yeah, I know. It's really sleepy stuff.
Not enough sleep.
The Wonder Years complete series. We didn't watch the complete series. We watched the first disc, and that was enough.
Did we get to one disc of it?
We got through one whole disc.
Oh man,
Wow.
that is so bad.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it before, like all the way through. I've seen maybe.
You got to tell me how the crust is, because that's really what you're reviewing there more than the toppings.
Well, I'm eating the fish first, and then I'll get to the crust.
And you're not eating the tomatoes on your pizza?
Probably separately. Those are kind of tough.
Well, I put a lot of awesome toppings on that pizza.
Anyway, I'm trying to eat the fish first.
Okay, take one bite of the crust. One bite. And then if you... Because I don't know, maybe I overcooked it, or... I'm not sure. But I think it was fine putting the toppings on after I cooked the thing, and then putting it in the oven again to melt the cheese and stuff, and kind of cook the toppings a little bit on there. I think it worked out fine. It seemed to. We'll see what James has to say about that. But yeah, it's a beautiful day today.
It's about 15 above.
It's a little warm actually. We're dressed a little...
It would have been more than 11 by when we started.
Yeah,
we had a great day.
These guys are such losers. I don't know.
E-bikers, what are they called?
I don't know why they have to play their music for everyone to hear it while they roll around. Now that there are actually good systems for people to just listen on their own headphones.
Yeah, put in some earbuds or something like that. It's an aggressive act.
It is.
It's like you got to listen to my bad taste in music.
Exactly.
And
I mean, they'll roll by, like, the other day I was walking by the, what do you call it? The daycare center.
Oh yeah.
A guy rolling by with his tunes cranked really loud like that. And
cuss words?
Yep, like crazy. And something you on the banister.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Big F-bomb while he's rolling by, and it's like, oh my gosh. So, I was surprised I had so many great pizza toppings in the fridge ready to go for you. So I think that's the crust is good. Mm-hmm. That's what James is trying to say there. All right, well, this recipe in Feel Good Kitchen, like I said, I had to use more, I guess, dry ingredients, like the floury sort of stuff, and this has sort of similar ingredients to what was called for. I don't know if you can read that there, but so I decided, well, I'm just going to use a couple boxes of this, because we were given this for free from the food truck a while back, and I tried using it to make these things, and it didn't work out very well for me, and so it's been sitting around because I haven't cared to try again, and I thought, well, I may as well make this.
So they call them boulettes in French. It's not translated in English. Those are kind of like dumplings or something like that.
You tell me. So anyway, I'm glad it worked out for making pizza crust, and it makes 3 of those. The recipe makes 3. So you form 3 balls, and then you roll them out on the parchment, and bake them, and that works out really well. So I don't know if you want to talk about anything else anymore, or...
Well, I've got the up there.
Okay.
How much time? 10 minutes?
Lots. So, ultimate sacrifice. This is what James is wanting to talk about again. He's already reviewed it in the past, and for some reason wants to put us through it again. So, there you go, James. The floor is yours. You have 13 and a half minutes. Enjoy.
So, someone out there, a pretty, I suspect, was asking Pauline to recommend, make a list of books recommended reading. I don't know if she was asking Pauline, or asking Pauline to ask me, or asking both of us. Most of the stuff I've recommended so far has been foundational documents for various belief systems. Because there are way too many people who want to pass judgment on various, or not pass judgment really, on various belief systems. Religions, basically. I count communism amongst religions. I use the larger term belief systems. Communism, Nazism, fascism, phalangism in Spain. Very different from fascism and Nazism. Capitalism, I suppose, to a certain extent, that's considered a belief system. Hardcore capitalism. Most belief systems tend to be self-serving. A certain class becomes the favored class. In Hinduism, it's the Brahmins. In Confucianism, to a large extent, it's the Mandarins. In Islam, it's the political rulers. There's no separation of state, church and state, even though there's no real church in Islam. There's no separation of religion and state, at least in theory. Up until modern time, some person was saying to me, what Islam needs is a Protestant Reformation. What are you talking about? It's been going through a Protestant Reformation ever since the Caliphate was gotten rid of by the Turks about 100 years ago. Caliph or Khalifa, don't know where the accent comes there, Khalifa, was the head of everything. He's a successor, that's what Khalifa means. Successor to Muhammad. Muhammad was the head of state, head of the religion, not really church. And, well, so it's basically a military and religious caste. Excuse me, and ultimately it's just a caste of one. Very centralized dictatorship. And capitalists, it's the big industrial producers, the ruling class. Oftentimes they don't bother running for office, but they sure spend a lot of money ensuring their flunkies get elected. Sometimes they allow a kleptocrat like Donald Trump to come to power. I don't know how far he's going to push it. So on and so forth. Anyway, this is an exception. This is, I don't recommend it. So, from what I can tell, this is, and it's published maybe 2005. 20 years ago. About 10 years after I discovered that there was something seriously wrong with conventional explanations, or at least within North America, of the assassination of Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, also Robert Kennedy. So I finished this up about a year ago. We finished it. Some of it's got very small print. It's almost, we'll say, it's over 900 pages, all things considered. No pictures, or pictures. Towards the end, I think there were some pictures. Very, very few pictures. Maybe 10 pages of pictures. There are manuscripts that are reproduced. So much. So they're documents. Threats on Kennedy made here. Tampa police and Secret Service agents scanned crowds for a man who vowed to assassinate the president here last Monday. Chief of Police J.P. Mullins said. That is, I think, from Tampa, and that this is, of course, before Kennedy was assassinated, 4 days before Dallas. Mafia planned to assassinate JFK in Tampa, Florida. JFK knew about the threat, but proceeded with his motorcade anyway, so he was having a motorcade, just as he had 4 days later in Dallas. The attempt was stopped and then covered up by officials at the time. This small article about the attempt appeared only once in the Tampa Tribune 4 days later. So it appeared 1 day after Kennedy was assassinated, and then it got submarine. So there are things like that. This is there's a fair number of footnotes. There are several pages of it, and it's in the small print. There is a pretty good index, stuff like that. These fellas knew a guy called, not his real name, Harry Williams or something like that, who was manufacturing a coup for the Kennedys to be slated just a few days after Kennedy was assassinated. Didn't know Kennedy would be assassinated. The coup was to get rid of Fidel Castro, as leader of Cuba. Not necessarily to assassinate him, it's just to remove him from office. It was understood, it's in the book basically, that, well, if it had to be done, Castro would have to be, it wasn't strictly speaking an assassination plot. If Castro had to get wiped out, well, it was going to happen. They kind of played footsie as to who was going to be the coup leader, but they say it. So it was Lamar Wellborn with Tom Hartman, so it seems as though it's close written. They say that it was someone high up in the Cuban administration and someone who was very popular with the people. They say, we're not going to tell you who it is. Then the next paragraph they'll say, and at this time Che Guevara was doing this, that, and the other thing. They play this trick several times, maybe half a dozen times. We're not going to tell you who the coup leader is. Then next paragraph, Che Guevara was busy doing this such and such and such. It's obviously Che Guevara. This is why Che Guevara was sent to several places where he was in danger of his life. He was sent to these places, Africa, and was it Congo. Wow. And then he was Bolivia, where he was finally wiped out. When was it, 67? Maybe it's late as 68. And I wouldn't be surprised if some flunkies working for Che Guevara in situations were working for Fidel Castro and were playing a double game. In other words, telling the locals fighting against this communist insurgency where Che was to be found. Jose, and Che is a nickname for Jose, Joey. I'll call him Joey Guevara. Anyway, might have worked actually. Kennedy was way more sophisticated than his critics on the right and the left. It's amazing how many people on the left criticize him. Seem to prefer Jimmy Carter, even Eisenhower, to John Kennedy. John Kennedy was trying to fight terrorism with guerrilla warfare in Vietnam, and his generals were very reluctant. The fact is, they weren't just reluctant, they were not even dragging their feet, they were just doing nothing. They were disobeying his orders. And then Johnson went with what the military wanted in Vietnam, which was huge escalation and stuff like that, in terms of manpower, in terms of materiel, machinery, so on and so forth. Didn't work. Kennedy's might have worked. Kennedy's approach to it. And, he had a solution, possible solution to the presence of Fidel Castro. Castro's buddies are still in power. Kennedy might have been able to handle it back in 63. And, that's 2 generations before now. Flunkies are still in power. Who knows if Bozo, what's his name, Donnie Dump, if he'll go in there and do the Maduro thing, or whoever's misleading Cuba right now. Anyway, these guys figured it out. I figured it out independently. I never published about it. 2 minutes?
No. Less than 30 seconds.
Okay. I'll deal with it more in detail, but there were several conspiracies. There wasn't just one. It was conspiracy to kill Kennedy, conspiracy to make it look as though Cuba did it, and then the conspiracy to cover up the whole thing. That's by Lyndon Johnson and J. Edgar Hoover. 3 conspiracies.